Welcome everyone. Weekly Forex forecast here. We got a ton of stuff to go over. We had a lot of trades this week. We're going to cover them all. There is a lot of stuff setting up right now. You got a lot of setups that are pretty much ready to go on market open, so we'll cover all of them. And we got a lot to get into, man. It's a good week. It's a good week of trading, and should be good trading the rest of the summer. So let's get into it. Risk disclaimer. Read it over. And let's go. So we'll start off here. If you haven't checked out the Parabolic SAR trading strategy video I put out, this will just give you a kind of better idea of what I'm looking at, right? Some of the setups we take. There will be a lot more parts to this, but this will just show you like some what a WXY structure, right? So if I'm labeling a WXY corrective structure, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 swing sequence, stuff like that. So check it out if you want. So before we get started here too, I want to be transparent with you. And you're watching these weekly Forex forecasts, so I should show some transparency on all the trades that we take for the week and all the trade calls that we make, right? So I'm not doing this for bragging rights. I'm simply being transparent with you and showing you a lot of the trade calls we've been pounding the table on. And I've been putting these daily market blitz videos out at the end of the day, around market close. And we make a lot of trade calls in them. So I just want to go over them, and it'll be real quick, and then we'll get into all the charts. So, and I started last week's weekly Forex forecast off with CAD Swiss, and this was my favorite trade last week by far. I loved this pair because we were getting that weekly double top off the 89, and retail sentiment was extremely long this position, so I was looking for shorts all day long. Just so happened we opened up the market. This is the 1 hour chart. The gray circle is where we opened up the week at, and this thing drifts down lower for 8 hours and then makes one impulse up. And if you didn't catch that 8 o'clock candle right there, then you're not in this trade. So I did not catch this, but if any of you did, congrats, because that was a nice trade. And this thing stayed below the 8 in the 1 hour chart all the way to the bottom. So, and right now you're kind of getting another sell setup. So you got a flat correction right there at the bottom, and you're getting another 1 hour sell setup. You can absolutely take that setup on market open. Now we'll get into this pair, and we'll cover more of that later. But Euro Swiss, right? We pointed out in the daily market blitz that we're on the weekly chart, and you have a potential for this weekly running flat right here. And we were coming into the 100 and our quarterly R1. All right, so we were looking at this running flat. We had a daily running flat down here, but we also have this bigger weekly, right, flat pattern to the downside, and we're coming off of our quarterly R1. So we took this trade, and we were looking for a run down to daily 200. All right, this trade played out nice. We hit profit. We took profit in that before Euro rate decision, right? So we locked in profit, took a 3-to-1. CAD monthly. I really don't have, I mean, we've been pounding the table on dollar CAD bullishness, and we're simply looking for this monthly X wave up. You're looking for a thousand more pips in dollar CAD. It's as simple as that. All right, so we made a couple trade calls on this. We had a 1 hour trade call right after CAD cut rates, right? CAD cut rates, and you get that spike up in dollar. We said, the video the day before this, we said, don't jump into the spike. It'll pull back. It gives us a zigzag pullback, and we called out that entry. The next day, you're sitting back at that entry on Thursday, and we said you wanted to buy your next 4 hour bullish close above the 8. All right, if we zoom into the 4 hour chart, Your next candle was a 4-hour close above the 8, and that's a buy signal. So, and you didn't want to see it close below that 200, and you had enough room between that 4-hour candle and your low to live through NFP. The rest is history. Gold. We went into gold saying we're absolutely not interested in buy setups. This was yesterday's video. All right, we had a double top up here. We got major divergence. We absolutely were not interested in buy setups. Now, we even drew a daily bearish engulfing candle down because we had this potential ABC. All right, so we had this ABC running into the 100, and we drew this daily engulfing candle down saying watch out, right? Because ABC running into the 100, coming off major divergent double tops. That's your quarterly R2. We're looking for this WXY now. You're looking for a daily WXY structure, right? We're looking to correct until July. And typically the month of July is very bullish for gold. So we were looking for this correction all the way. Weren't interested in buys, and you guys know what the daily candle looks like on Friday, right? So you got to push down to say the least. And again, right, if you want to check these daily market blitz videos out and get alerted, just subscribe, turn on your notifications, man. We make a lot of trade calls in these daily market blitz videos, 1 hours dailies. So, and we're going to keep them going. Let's keep this thing moving, right? Aussie weekly chart, right? We've been looking for this expanded flat. We're running into our weekly 89. We're overbought. I went into this many times. We're looking for this. The more likely pattern is the expanded flat to the downside. Impulse down, you got an ABC expanded flat, and we're looking for an impulse down. All right, so in Daily Market Blitz video, we put out this count, a 1 and a 2. We're looking for a wave 3 down to the 618, all right? This is going to kick off that weekly impulse to the downside. So I had a trade on. I had a sell order waiting right below that impulse up, right? Because we were correcting underneath of that structure. All right, now I got triggered in this thing. I got triggered. And here was, you see the red up arrow there is my sell entry, all right? And I didn't want to see a close above that A wave. And we run down for a B, we run up for a C. I lived through that. We have an expanded flat at that point. And then Thursday night, we start closing above that level. I shut the trade down 1 4-hour candle before the impulse started, all right? That's going to happen though, right? Because we're coming into Asia session. We're starting to close above the top of this A wave now, right? So I'm already taking on heat. I can't take any more heat during NFP. This was Thursday night coming into Friday, and we had NFP. I wouldn't have been able to handle a spike up since I was already taking heat. I dumped the trade. I followed my rules, and impulse down. It happens. What are you going to do? That's trading. Pound Oz. We called out this Pound Oz trade in the community tab under YouTube. So, right, we've been pounding the table on this pair as well. So that's kind of what it looks like now. We're sitting at a 2.5 to 1 RR right now. And we're still looking for another 700 pips up in Pound Oz. Looking for a continuation all the way up to, I'm expecting to hit $2. We'll see what happens. Dollars are, we're looking for this impulse up, right? And we had a good entry on dollars are. We had this 4-hour pullback to structure in between our pivots and into a stacked EMA. We pulled the trigger, and this trade call was in daily blitz as well. So, and now you're sitting at higher highs. So that is what we have been doing. Just to be transparent with you. So there are the trade calls we've been talking about on Daily Blitz, some of the setups that I've been posting in the YouTube community, and setups that I've been covering on Daily Market Blitz videos. So that is that. Now let's get into the charts. All right, so we will get started here, and we'll cover, Let me get my charts up here. All right. Nasdaq, nothing doing yet, right? You don't have anything yet. I got a feeling something's going to be setting up soon, but nothing really to do right now. You got your quarterly R1 just above you, about 300 points above you. Could hit it, but you don't have a sell. You don't really have a buy, so I'm not interested really in S&P, Nasdaq, or the Dow, and you're not really looking to sell right now. You kind of want it to hit that quarterly R1. So, all right. Gold. We already went over gold, right? We're looking for this impulse down to our daily 200, or we're 89. All right. Now, we're, like I said, you're looking for a correction until the end of July. Let me put quarterly pivots on. And I went over this in a lot more detail in the Daily Market Blitz video on Thursday. But if I put quarterly pivots on, right, and price throws us a WXY corrective structure coming into the new quarter, now we have a whole new playground to work with right here. All right, so we have a whole new playground to work with if price throws us a WXY structure. I wasn't interested in buying up here at our quarterly R2 with major divergence. Typically after major divergence, your 34 doesn't hold and you start dropping to your next EMA, which is down here. Now, I'll clear this off, or let me go back to default here. All right. So I was planning on taking a trade up here on the daily chart. So if we had a daily bearish engulfing candle that looked like that, I was just going to take a trade on the daily chart and just try and catch a 2-to-1, 3-to-1 down to there, right down to your daily 89. So that's obviously not happening now. So what are you doing? You are waiting for pullbacks, right? You're going to jump down to your 4-hour chart. You're going to wait for a foot, right? You don't even have a stack. So typically, if it's going to go, it's going to sit here and it's going to correct, right? Obviously, it'll probably correct going into Wednesday. Fed fund rate is on Wednesday. So you're probably going to just correct till Wednesday and continue dropping. So that would be my guess on gold. The question is, are you going to be able to enter here, right? Are you going to be able to enter here during Fed fund rate and the press conference? So it could get volatile. So are you going to be able to manage a 4-hour position up here during Fed press conference, right? While price is probably doing this, right? Gold's probably going to be spiking up, spiking down, spiking up, right? During the press conference. Just make sure you don't lose your ass right here. That is that. But big picture, we're looking for this WXY structure. All right. Step out here to the daily chart, and I'm looking for gold to just correct till July. July is usually a very bullish month for gold and silver, and then that gives us a whole new playground to work with. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Euro, right? You're coming down. I'm more interested in CAD, and I'm more interested in Aussie, right? So we are still potentially, this is still potentially a running flat right here. And I think this is your most likely scenario, a push down on the weekly chart, right? You're coming up against, it's lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And you're coming up against another lower high off of your quarterly midpoint. I think you could rally down to next quarter's midpoint, all right? So you're going to want to look for sell setups. Again, this thing's going to have to correct. You don't even have a 4-hour stack yet. You just have a sharp impulse down as of right now. So, and when you go to the daily chart, right, you're still stacked on the daily chart. So you have to have, as much as you want to sell this, you got to let something set up. And you just don't have anything set up yet on the 4-hour, right? If you go to the 1-hour, if you want to start being aggressive, you could take a 1-hour 34B, all right? So something like that. Dollar CAD, right? We had a 1-hour entry here, 4-hour entry over here, and you're ripping, right? Big picture, dollar CAD. There's not much to do in these dollar pairs right now, so there's a little more to do in the crosses, just because the dollar ripped so much on Friday. So you're kind of waiting for pullbacks, and then you have Fed fund rate and Fed press conference on Wednesday. So by the time you get the pullbacks in all these pairs, you're going to be running into that. So I mean, you had to take the trade this week, and you're basically holding your position, and you don't want to see a close below here, basically. Other than that, you're waiting for pullbacks at this point, but you know the higher time frame targets, right? The higher time frame targets is we're coming to take out this high up here, all right? And even these highs up here. I'll get rid of quarterlies. All right, you're looking to come after these highs on dollar CAD, and we're looking for that X wave on up. All right, dollar CAD, we're looking for the X wave on up. You're looking for another 1,000 pips in dollar CAD. Simple as that, right? So you got bullish EMAs from monthly, weekly, daily, and CAD unemployment just came out over 6%. So I mean, they're going to have to do a lot more than that. They probably should have cut by 200 basis points. Really, they just cut by 25 basis points. That's like passing a homeless guy on the street and he's starving to death, and you throw him a Tic Tac, right? Here, buddy, here's a Tic Tac for you. You give him a little taste, but he don't get no calories. That's all the Bank of Canada just did with that 25 basis point cut. Here's a Tic Tac. We're going to give you a bunch of empty calories to munch on. Thanks, Bank of Canada. So they're going to have to cut a lot more, and they're going to have to cut at a faster rate than the Fed, because the U.S. economy isn't taking on as much heat as Canada right now. So that's that. Little fundamentals. So you got fundamental story, you got patterns, and you got bullish EMAs. You got everything, right? There's nothing not to love about dollar CAD. So buy pullbacks. Aussie, we went into this, right? 4-hour chart. You're looking for a correction now, right? It's the same thing, but we did take out this double bottom. Any correction, you're looking to sell. Now, daily chart, we went over this as well, because you're stacked to the bullish side. So as much as I don't think it's going to happen, you do have to be on lookout for a bullish engulfing candle like this. All right, you have to be on the lookout for that, and this could come on Wednesday. If we do get something like this, then guess what? We have to be on lookout for this. All right, we have to be on lookout for an impulse up. So as of right now, I'm looking at this as a weekly close below the 8. And I am only interested in sell setups on the lower time frame, because we're looking for this impulse down. All right, we're looking for this impulse down and come take out these lows. So you only want to trade in the direction of your weekly bias, and this is typically good confirmation that, right, we got a potential pattern completion. We are overbought on the weekly chart, and you're coming off your 89 in a downtrend. Your 200 and your 89 are trending down. So again, you have pattern to the downside, you have trend to the downside, and you should only be looking to the downside right now. What would change my bias on that is a daily bullish engulfing close above the 8. All right. And if you get this, you're not going to have any lower time frame sell setups anyway. So this is what would change my bias. Until then, I'm only looking for sells in Aussie dollar. All right. This is interesting as well, but I like some other ones a little better. We'll go over CAD yen. We're looking for this running flat on dollar yen, and we called this out down here as you were tagging this 100. Now again, I didn't take any buy setups down here as we tagged this 100 for this running flat, but this has got potential right here. So to be a flat correction, and we start dropping. All right, so but we are looking for one more C wave up to complete this larger ABC right here. All right, you got a wave down, and now you're getting an A, a B, and a C, and we could be completing a pattern up here at our quarterly R2 for that impulse down. So, but you have a potential flat right here, so you got to be on lookout. But I like CAD yen a little better to the downside. But you do have to watch for this, so we'll keep an eye on it. All right, we'll get into these crosses right now. CAD yen, you're set up right. It's kind of the same story. We wanted CAD yen to come up here and just break these highs, so it would give us a complete A, B, C, and this would be an expanded flat in the middle for your B wave, right? So, and now you're completing an A, a B, a C, and we're looking for this drop, right? So, but you got the same flat pattern right here. And we are sitting up at quarterly R2. And this is actually a sell setup right now at market open, because you have a potential flat right here. Stack DMAs. If we drop down to the 1 hour chart, you have an impulse down and you're correcting right here. So this is a sell setup I'll be taking on market open. And I don't want to see it close above these highs. All right. Now, again, remember what I showed you in the parabolic SAR video. This is one correction, right? So you could mark this a W, and this thing could throw you an X wave down, and then it could throw you a zigzag correction. All right, so you got to be on the lookout for double corrections and stuff, but we are definitely going to be tracking this pair on Daily Market Blitz. But for me, this is sell setup on market open because I have a potential ABC. I have an impulse down, and I got a correction, and I want to take a shot here because of where we're at on the higher time frame. And like I said, higher time frame, you're running into quarterly R2s up here, right? And you're also potentially completing this monthly correction that we went over this in Market Blitz too, right? On the monthly chart, you're sitting up here at your 100 and your 123.6, and right, you're looking for a big move down. You could even get something like this, right? Seems impossible now. This would be about a 2-year long trend. And I know it seems impossible now, but it could happen, right? Crazy things happen. Not interested in buying CAD yen at all. And you're getting a nice setup right now. I think you could take this trade with a stop above this high and you're good to go. If you wanted to even reduce your risk, you could Jump down to the 15-minute. And wait for one more wave up here. When you get this wave up, you can stick a sell order right here. And if it's a impulse down and you're coming down to take out these lows, it's an easy trade to get the break even, all right? So, and then now you're risking this much right here. You're risking this instead of this, all right? So, like I said, we'll be covering this. If I see any setups, I'll be posting them in the YouTube community, or I'll point them out in Daily Market Blitz. So that is CAD Yen. It's ready to go now. CAD Swiss is also ready to go right now. Again, right, you're getting the same pattern. I think maybe we did run a lot, so we could get some larger corrections, but I mean, on the weekly chart, this thing's got a ton of room to run. So you're coming off of your 89, weekly close below the 8. This thing could absolutely continue to come retest these lows or take them out. And retail sentiment is very long this pair. So keep that in mind as well. You do want continuation sells in CAD Swiss. You're getting a flat. I would wait for something a little larger. All right, I would wait for something to come up to your 4-hour 200. It's a little fast. So that is CAD Swiss. All right, dollars are. We talked about dollars are, and you're actually getting another 4-hour setup right now. So you're sitting here. We entered down at this swing low. You're actually getting another oversold 34B. You can basically take this trade, right? I mean, you're pulling back, coming in the structure. You're looking for another buy setup in dollars are. Weekly chart, we are looking for this impulse up. Come take out these highs. We're looking for this A, this B, this C. All right, you're looking for a move up to come take out these highs. You're getting a good setup right now. So on that one. All right. And pound yen. Not much going on. The setups I really wanted to cover was CAD yen, because you're getting that flat correction. And you do have stacked EMAs on the 4-hour chart. And pound dollars, right? Pound dollars, we're looking for a continuation. You want to continue to buy pullbacks in pound dollars, right? So we're in from down here, right? We never get a close below this swing low, and I don't think this wicks here on Oanda. This is just Thinkorswim, and Thinkorswim absolutely sucks for Forex. So some of these cross pairs, they got crazy wicks constantly, but you're looking for pullbacks to buy. You're looking for 4-hour 34Bs, 1-hour 34Bs. If you see any 1-hour trades, 1-hour double bottoms off the 200, they're going to be great buy setups. All right, so 1-hour chart, right? Any pullbacks, you're looking to buy, right? You get stopped out of your 34B, you're going to have a zigzag down to your 1-hour 200. Now you get a 1-hour 200 off your double bottom, and you go. All right, so that is pound dollars. You're looking for buy setups all the way. Pound CAD. We're actually in pound CAD right here. All right. And again, you never close below this level. You tag the 34 and rip. Tag 34. You want to see closes below this level. Now we have a new low to put our stop against. You're actually getting an entry right now on market open. This is a 4-hour 34B, close above the 8. Right. And retail sentiment is also very short this pair. Look for trend continuation in pound CAD. Nice buy setup. So, and the last thing I'll get into is T-note, right? This is the 2-year U.S. Treasury note futures daily chart. If we zoom out here and look at this thing on the daily, you can see that. I'll hide these indicators for a minute. All right. You're basically having a bottoming out process here. You got a reverse head and shoulders going on, and we have an impulse up right here. All right. After that impulse, we get an a B, and a C down to the 100. And we're coming through this structure now. Now, we do have a big down candle right here, but I am interested in buying this. I am interested in taking a shot here because it could be our first higher low after the break of structure, after the ABC higher low, and we do have a bottoming out pattern. 4 hour. I'm actually looking to buy this. All right. I'm actually going to take a shot down here at this 200 with a stop below this swing low. And that's on the 2-year Treasury note. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not suggesting anyone do it. I'm just going to take a shot here and see what happens, right? Because we're so far away from the 8. So I'm looking for a snapback rally in this thing. And we'll see what happens. So that is pretty much that. And do me a favor, if you like what I'm doing, if you like my daily market blitz videos, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. You got any questions? If you want me to cover anything in the videos, just leave me a comment. Other than that, have a good one, and I'll see you.